I'm Tamara Matthews, and joining me in commentary shortly will be Rochelle Petts from the Wangaratta Magpies, coming straight off the C grade court. So we'll welcome Rochelle shortly. Well, we are at round 12, and today we've ventured up the hills to the McMurray Reserve on a beautiful, stunning winter's day up here, where we will see the 6th-placed Wangaratta take on the 7th-placed Myrtleford Alpine Saints. And on what has become one of the most popular and respected rounds of the Ovens and Murray calendar, Indigenous round, we today acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we broadcast from today and pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and extend this respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. We come together to learn, to share and to journey. And as I said, a fantastic round that is really well received by all the clubs. We're going to see Wangaratta today in their Indigenous dresses, the white dresses. So they look fabulous, and it's great to see that they pull them out from time to time. And I'm sure there'll be many other clubs across the league today sporting an alternate dress. Looking at the ladder, it is Corowa clear on top on 40 points after last week going down to the Wodonga Raiders. The score in that game was a tight one. It was 48-40. But tight all the way through until the last quarter where Raiders were able to put the foot down. So that ended Corowa's undefeated run. Still sees them sitting top of the ladder and only a game clear of Raiders and North Albury Raiders with that great win. So this competition is really heating up. Some other results from last week. We saw Lavington 54 defeat Myrtleford 42. It was the Albury Tigers 51 over the Rovers 36. Wangaratta 44 had a fantastic win over Yarrawonga 40. So Wang starting to hit their straps at the right time. And in the final game, North Albury 57 were too strong for Wodonga 47. So the ladder looking a little bit tight at the top. Corowa clear on 40. Raiders North Albury on 36. It's Yarra a game behind them on 32. And then we have Lavington on 22 in 5th spot. Only 2 points ahead of the Wangaratta Magpies on 20. It's then a couple of games out to Myrtleford. So it's that 5th spot that really is up for grabs at this point, and it's Lavington and Wang that are looking like fighting that out. So the Magpies today, after hitting some form in the last couple of weeks, will be super keen to get a win and to try and stay ahead of Lavington, who today have the Rovers and who should get the chockies there. So the last time these two teams met was round 3, 2025, and it was Myrtleford 44 getting over the Magpies. Wang led by 3 goals at quarter time and 2 at half time, but then it was Myrtleford that came home strong in the second half to go on and win by 4 goals. Taylor Reedy was the main scorer for Myrtleford with 29 goals. Daisy O'Kane did play that day, and she shot 11. Wang, no Claire Wilson that day, and Amanda Yamansky and Millie O'Kane were the shooters in that game. So very different lineups today as we welcome Rochelle Petts, hot off the court.
Hi, Tam.
Welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
I was just saying we have a stunning winter's day here at Myrtleford, thankfully.
Oh, how beautiful is Myrtleford when the weather's like this? It's so good.
Absolutely. No, it's nice to be up here. It could have been a lot worse, that's for sure. Just touched on last time these two play. It's going to be a very different look today. If we just have a quick look at their team cards, both sides impacted by a few injuries and bits and pieces. Liv Lasmina, the coach of Myrtleford, is away. And a big shout out to Liv if she's tuning in at any point today. She's over in Rome, I think.
Oh, lovely.
Somewhere beautiful on the other side of the world. But Tina Way will step in and take the reins today while Liv's away. She's away for a few weeks, I believe. Lining up for the Saints today, Taylor Reedy in goal shooter. It's Emma Sharp in goal attack. Sage Bros to wing attack. Georgia Reedy will move to that centre position. Evie Hughes to wing defence. Tina Way goal defence. Taylor Cartwright goalkeeper. Tara Breen, Sophie Pitts and Rebecca Piazza on the interchange. So again, we see some of those familiar experienced faces alongside some young and up-and-coming players. For the Magpies, led by Shay Cunningham, again, they've been impacted by some people away. Amanda Yamansky in goal shooter, Claire Wilson goal attack, Holly Humphrey to wing attack, Liv Holmes will start in centre with Leah Genvy away. She's up north, I believe.
Yeah, Palm Cove, having a nice warm holiday.
Between her and Liv, I can think of some worse places to be than where they are. Hannah Grady in wing defence, Millie O'Kane to goal defence out front of Katie Dean in goalkeeper, and on the interchange, Georgia Clark back.
This will be her first game back, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful to see. So great to see if she can get on the court. and get some run in the legs, obviously coming back from a serious knee injury. McKeely Gotchling's come onto the bench. Izzy McMahon was listed originally but hurt herself in the 17s, I believe.
Yeah, a bit of a back injury. So I think nothing too serious, but they'll just rest her. Yeah.
Absolutely. Young player. You'd be crazy not to. And then Charlotte Wisnam.
Yep.
Yeah, from the 17s. Has come onto the interchange as well. So, as I mentioned, Leah Genvie away and Paige Zamperoni injured.
Yeah, she's just got a little niggle that she's managing at the moment. So, hopefully we'll see her back out again.
Yeah, so I think for Wangaratta, as I was saying, just sitting outside that 5, but really will be needing to get every win. I reckon when they look back at their first half of the season, the game against Myrtleford could be one that they may come back to bite them if things don't go their way the back half. So I reckon they'll be pretty keen to make amends today and try and get over the Saints.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Myrtleford is one of those teams for the Magpies that's always a bit of a spook game. Like, they never really have the big wins. It's always tightly contested, but they'll really want to come out today and have a strong win. Yeah,
and look, I think no Daisy O'Kane for the Saints. She hasn't been playing for a few weeks and now. So that will certainly help Wangaratta. They don't have the tallest defenders, so if we don't get a Daisy O'Kane, that works to their advantage. But Wang really starting to hit some great form. They had a great win over the Yarrawonga Pigeons last week, and they really took it up to Corowa the week before that. So expecting to see, as we start the game, a good performance from them. And it's Taylor Reedy to Sage Bros. And we've seen in some recent games when we've been live streaming the Saints, the work rate of Taylor Reedy, she gets a lot of ball, sets up a lot of their play. So I expect that she'll have a pretty big impact today as we see Wilson find Yamansky.
And I think it'll be interesting to see Liv Holmes in the centre for Wang Magpies. She hasn't played there much at all this season. Hannah had a bit of a run in centre through the first half of the season. But Liv brings us some nice height and speed through that mid-court.
Yeah, so I was just going to ask you, has Liv played much in that centre? But,
no, she hasn't. But, for years through her junior netball, she was always begging to play in the centre. Yep. So, she's got her chance today.
She might regret that in another 40 or 50 minutes. As we see Sharp put the Saints' first goal on the board on the AT Jones scoreboard. And it's nice to be able to have that flexibility. As you mentioned, Hannah has had a bit of a run in centre from time to time, but she's so valuable as we see the ball launched into Yamansky. She's so valuable on that defensive line, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure today, Shay won't be afraid to move them around if she needs to, as we see Georgia Reedy. Georgia Reedy is in centre for the Saints. She traditionally is more on a wing defence, so she's come into centre with Liv Laspina away and Sage moving to that wing attack.
Yeah, and I think she's one of those ones, Georgia, who just runs all day, and she's so quick, and her ball speed is so quick.
Yeah, great attack on the ball, as you see. A great pass to Emma Sharp on the baseline. Pops out, and it's Millie O'Kane, the youngster, who takes the ball. And Grady steaming it through the middle, launches it to Holly Humphrey. And Amanda, great to see her back and playing so well. She had a fantastic game against Cora a couple of weeks ago, and from all reports was quite outstanding last week against Yarrawonga.
Well, on her 150th A-grade game, she was an absolute standout. And, I mean, watching her and Hannah Symes play against each other is just... It's incredible viewing, but She had a wonderful game. Yeah,
and look, it was actually Hannah who said how well she'd played and just said her strength and the way she was moving was great. So it's great to see, I think, as you mentioned, her 150th, but she has so much respect from people around the league, and nice to see her achieve that milestone. As we see Taylor Reedy take Myrtleford to 2 goals. It's 2 goals apiece here in the first quarter. First quarter action brought to you by 40 Winks. Great to see Millie O'Kane out there. She's playing some great netball too.
Yeah, she is. And I think that combination with her and Katie is really growing. Beautiful feed there from Liv. And it's, with Hannah as well, but with Katie being back from her little holiday, it's lovely to see those two really work together. Yeah,
I thought Millie was really great against Lou Madden a few weeks ago. So coming up against some experienced players. Unfortunately for the Ovens and Murray, she withdrew, as we see, speak of the devil, a great intercept there. She had to withdraw late from the Association Champs side just because she's sort of carrying a bit of a niggle on her foot, and it just wouldn't have been up to it to try and get through the day. But great to see for the Magpies that she's out there today. Umpire just holding time. I think it was a bib malfunction. So it's a Myrtleford in the Indigenous bibs today. I was just saying, great to see so many clubs embracing Indigenous round, whether it's through their patches or their alternate dress.
Yeah.
It's really something that's celebrated across the league now, and yeah.
Yeah, we love it. And I think the last couple of years, Indigenous round for us has always fallen when we've played against Myrtleford, because I feel like every time I play Myrt, I have my white dress on as well, and it's for
you did last
Indigenous
year, I remember.
Week. Yeah, so it's really nice to be able to do that, and for our clubs to also give us these dresses, which have been designed by local elders in our community.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I saw the Magpies Facebook page had a wonderful story up on it during the week talking about the dress design and the story behind it, as we see Wilson and Humphrey just work it to post. Wilson taking the shot, takes the Magpies to 5 goals, leading the Saints 2 goals, sorry. I love the white dresses, Shell, that when you guys wear them. I don't know if you're a huge, if all the players are a huge fan, but they do look fantastic. It's just a real point of difference.
And it's so much, the game against Yarra back in the day, it was, one of us would wear pink bibs and the other one the green, but it's nice to have that dress. But I love to see the tans that come out as well when the white dresses are on.
Oh, I have to say, you'd have to have the tan on in the white dress. That is for sure. So Wang, just bring her up a little bit. Eventually, Umansky holding in that front position. Wilson decides to offload. And Umansky takes the Magpies to 6 goals, leading the Saints 2.
I think it's nice for Katie and Millie to come against a bit of a moving circle. There's not many shooting circles in the league that have a moving goal attack and a goal shooter, not that big post. So it's not actually something they're very used to, but it's beautiful to watch. And I think it's just something a little bit different for them as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I know, obviously, when Myrtleford have Daisy, she provides a different structure for them. And I did hear some feedback, I think it was a few weeks ago, when North Albury came up against Myrtleford, and I think Daisy played but came off, and they switched to a moving circle, and that was a little bit more difficult for North to have to try and manage, and I think there was only 4 or 5 goals in that game.
Yeah.
So you're right, it just provides something different that probably really suits your defenders.
Yeah, and but I think Katie would say, she's so used to coming up against a tall shooter every week that it's different, but it's not what she's training against either or practicing. But I personally, I love to watch a moving circle.
Yeah. Oh, I think the inclusion of Millie O'Kane helps when you've got those talls, because you don't realise how tall she is until you see her out in the court. And she does get great hands to ball. Like I said, Lou Madden the other week, I thought she was quite outstanding and took some fantastic intercepts. So now having that option helps.
Myrtleford's doing a good job here, just being offline, just holding them up. No one's really pushing through that middle.
No, and
Hannah's gone through and let one
rip. Doesn't she love the long
Lined
bomb?
up.
Guaranteed to get a couple from every game. It's fantastic. Oh, and the tip from Cartwright, but Wilson able to pull it in, draws the obstruction. So it'd be Wilson with the penalty. Great patience from Wang there, as you said, Myrtleford offline, and Wang really had to work through that before something opened up down the court. It's 5 goals to 7 here on the AT Jones scoreboard.
Great intercept there from Tina Way. Just read the. She's really reading the feeds out to the circle edge really well and picking those off.
We've gone 7.5 minutes here on the NZ Albury time clock. So halfway through this first quarter, as Taylor Reedy just pops out, really spun that ball, and Dean on the end of it. Great to see Katie back from her little mid-season getaway to Vietnam. I think that's where she was.
Yeah, it was a bit cold for her when she came back.
Yeah, I bet.
But she's reclimatised, so she's happy to be back.
Grady finds Wilson on the drive. Good moving from Claire, and she just acts as the feeder there to Amanda, who makes no mistake. 8 goals, plays 5. Myrtleford with the centre pass, Reedy to Bros. She looks long to Taylor Reedy, not on, so has to go for a shorter option, and the reset is on. Lot to talk down there. You can really hear the Wang defenders
And good patience there from Myrtleford just to keep swinging, move the players around, and I think really working hard to get Millie off that baseline and up high to be able to feed it over on the base.
Yeah. Jill, I've been really impressed with the connection between Wilson and Umansky. We live streamed, I think, the first game, the season opener, and even at that point of the season, you could see some great connection, and obviously that's just grown as the season's gone on.
Yeah, it's really building, and I think from experience with Amanda, she just makes it so easy to play with her. I think you come in, any goal attack that comes into that position just knows exactly what they need to do, and Amanda makes it really easy to anticipate where she's moving and where the space is going to be. And I think Claire's very experienced, and those two really work well together. And, Claire's shooting range is big shooting range, so she really complements Amanda well in that too.
Yeah, she takes some nice long shots. So we see just a bit of a mix-up in communication there. Holmes back to the ball and didn't realise Grady was passing it back to us. So Myrtleford with the opportunity to get one back here. Taylor Reedy will take the shot. Hands a Dean up and in her vision, but makes the shot. So we're back to 1 goal. It's 8 plays 9 and Myrtleford on centre. Taylor Reedy, a lot of work out in front. Oh, and a
Beautiful.
great vision from Sharp. And I think that's the thing with Taylor Reedy. She doesn't stop moving. Her work rate is so high that whoever's playing on her is going to have a big day.
All day.
A busy day. And Grady doing a lot of work through the midcourt to bring it into the Magpies attack as Wilson takes a long shot.
Beautiful shot.
Beautiful goal, makes no mistake. So it's 10 plays 9 here on the AT Jones scoreboard. Sharp and Bros just waiting for Taylor Reedy to open up. Oh, and
bit too much pepper on that
yeah.
one.
She doesn't mind the quick fancy
No,
play
she
on
doesn't,
step around,
no.
does she? As we see her finish off with a goal.
It's a signature move, I think. Having watched her and played against her a little bit when she was out in the OMFNL when I was there many years ago, it's definite signature move of hers.
And Umansky just pops out, but able to pull it in. Takes the Magpies to 12. Just got the scoreboard wrong over there. So it's 10 plays, 12. And Grady again. She's been all over everything. Coming through with the intercept and able to chase it down.
Yeah, Wang's really struggling against this offline defence. Like, you can see that they're really patient chipping through, but probably just need a few more people to cut through and open it up.
And that's, I guess, where the experience of Holmes comes into it. You've got Hannah Grady really leading that and trying to set that up and just having to keep talk to Liv to tell her where to go and when to come through, as we see Wilson finish off.
And I think Holly Humphrey in wing attack today, she's got a big job ahead of her, not having Leah out front and Liv kind of being new to that centre. But I think, from the last 10 minutes, she's really just getting lots of ball, moving freely and letting go of some beautiful feeds.
Yeah, she is. She's really improving as the season goes on. Great release there to Holmes. Perfectly placed ball. And then
another one.
Amanda on the move. Yeah, the I guess loss of Genevieve being on holidays today is a big blow for Wang. She certainly is a real presence on the court, both in the way she attacks and defends. She just really, leads through her actions, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. She's a real workhorse in that, especially in that defensive end. Holly's got a lot of hard work to be stepping up into today, but she'll get the job done.
Look, that's right. And at some point, it's great that these players get the opportunity to do that and they have to think, as we see a change for the Wang Magpies.
So Hannah Grady rolls into goal defence and Millie off to the bench, and I wonder, having a breather or her feet? No, she's getting a change, I think.
I think whether she'll come into.
And so we've got Charlotte Woosnam, who's one of our 17s, who's come to Maggie's this year.
And Grady with an intercept straight up, but couldn't balance and get a solid pass off. So Bros picks it up for the Saints. and Reedy home alone on the baseline. Only about a minute to play here on the NZ Albury time clock. To Wang just controlling it. 14 plays 12.
Oh.
14 plays 13, apologies. So we're going to go into the quarter time break. Evenly matched, as we see.
Beautiful pick up there from Katie.
And again, Grady
Quick
on the
transition,
run.
yeah.
No one coming forward. Ooh, close to
was
help
close.
ball. Wilson just working in that front space. Oh, and Humphrey couldn't pull that one in. So Myrtleford with the penalty. Umpire holding time as the ball's retrieved. And just a loose pass there. Bros tries to chase it down. Contact call made rather than out of play. Right out of court, and Emma Sharp, and the umpire's
the game's still going.
Back. Oh no! The umpire took it back. Reedy had a shot and missed, and time beats them. But a penalty's been found, and Taylor Reedy will take the shot as the hooter goes. What a comedy of errors! And so it is. What have we got here? I think we've got 14 plays at 15. It's the Saints, I think, with a 1-goal lead as we head into quarter time. This is OMFNL Live, and on OMFNL Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes,
Whoa.
which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
On your marks, get set.
running till late. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for everyone.
Live netball. It is 14 goals apiece here. We had some issues with the scoreboard, but we're back on track now. Myrtleford and Wangaratta. Last time these two teams played, it was Myrtleford getting up over the Magpies. Magpies with a lot to play for today, needing to stay in touch of that top 5 with only 2 points separating them and the Panthers. And let's look at the changes for the Magpies. Millie O'Kane has rolled into wing defence. No change down the attacking end. And for the Saints, no changes either.
Great tip there from Liv.
Yeah, she offers some great height through that centre, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. And I think, that's something that we've always lacked at the Magpies.
Yes.
And we, had Hannah in there for a little bit at the start of the season, but she's just so valuable in our defensive end. So it's good to see someone like Liv get the chance.
Shout out to Izzy and to Shay and Leah.
All the little ones.
Yeah, as we see Wilson score the first goal for Wang this quarter, 15 plays 14. So a turnover there, getting the mini break. Humphreys, no one coming to her, has to go long to Wilson. Good efforts there by Georgia Reedy, just not able to pull it in cleanly. So Wang with the ball, top of the circle. Umansky pops out, but able to pull her own rebound in. Oh, and she's missed that one, and it's hit poor Taylor Cartwright on the head. And eventually just rolls in 16, plays 14 up on the Ground Up Building Products scoreboard. Second quarter brought to you by Bingley. And a great pass and vision from Taylor Reedy to Emma Sharp. Just not able to pull that ball in, but they will be rewarded with the baseline throw in. Reedy trying to get over the hands of Grady. Popped out, and Grady in a great position to rebound that. Ooh. And the bullet pass down the court.
It's a wind-up for me that I love, the big big wind-up.
Yes, reminiscent of sort of Joe Weston. We were laughing. I think Cora, she let a few go as well.
Yeah, and I think we've got her on film absolutely letting one rip.
All defenders love a goal
when
assist,
it comes
don't
off.
they? And a contest under post, and great rebound, strong from Cartwright to pull that in for the Magpies, for the Saints, apologies, and then involved in the attack down the court. Bros to Sharp, finds Reedy, and great hands and give and go from Sage Bros to get to circle edge and open that play up.
I think Myrtleford, like I said earlier, their strength is really in their quick ball movement, and through that attacking end with Sage Bros cutting through, they are just so quick, and her and Georgia, I think, are a beautiful combination together. Great vision from Claire, not so much.
And great work from Cartwright to get around that and make a contest. Yeah, you're right. The connection between Bros and Reedy is great to watch. And you could just see they were getting stagnant through that transverse, and it was Bros' ability to give and go got them to circle edge, as we see Umansky taking a few shots at goal and able to sink it. So Wang moved to 17, 2-goal lead at this stage over the Saints. Be Reedy with the ball for the Magpies, for the Saints. A bit of a mix-up at the centre pass there. So umpire takes it back. Sharp and Reedy. And congratulations to Millie O'Kane, named one of the rising stars for the season so far. Molly Moylan from the Wodonga Bulldogs, the April rising star. Millie O'Kane, the May rising star. So our two youngsters who represented Victoria in the 17 under state side earlier this year are our first two nominations.
And it's exciting to see those young players coming through and having cracker seasons, playing up with the senior girls. Absolutely, and I guess just on that, if we go to last week, we were remiss of us not to mention the outstanding result that the Ovens and Murray 17 and under side had in Melbourne at Association Champs, taking out the grand final
So a huge
effort,
honour.
yeah.
Yep, absolutely. It is just an enormous day. They had 11 games before finals. It was, I think 9:15 was about the first game, and it was literally game on, game off until well into the afternoon. Grand final wasn't until 5 p.m, so it was a very late day. And the kids, and I say kids because they're young, were outstanding and really well led by Jodie and Bridget, Shayla, Kel. A really great team who've worked well together, and I think it was great reward for obviously the hard work that's gone in this year, but I think over a few years, I think we've been so close getting to semis, and it's just been a real learning experience to each year sit back and go, okay, where do we lack? What did we miss? What do we need to do different? Because it's a really unique style of netball down there.
Yeah, and I think when those girls can keep some of those key players and key coaches together, it really allows, even though they're not a team that play and train together all the time, that consistency does really help, and the relationships and connections that they have. So well done to them and to all the parents who were in Melbourne too. I spoke to Izzy McMahon's mum, who said it was a very long day, a long drive home, but a great experience for the girls.
So long. I think it was 6 o'clock and dark when we walked out. But look, and the wonderful thing out of that is that we had 2 players in that side, in Ari Cohen and Lucy Tinkler, who were both could have played under 15, so young. And then you've got players like Izzy McMahon who are bottom age. So, excitingly for the Ovens and Murray, we've got a lot of players who will hopefully be involved again next year. Like I said earlier, Amelia Kane was a late withdrawal. So again, to go on and do it without having a state player on your side, the talent is absolutely there, and it's a great future for our league.
I'm just loving this, the Maggies attacking end, just how they're chipping away, they're not forcing. I think that's something that has let them down over earlier in the season, just either not letting the ball go and getting held balls, or just not having those options. And just to see them then to stay so calm and just chip away, I'm really enjoying that, and I think they should be proud of their efforts there.
Yeah, and I feel like their timing is just starting this quarter, just starting to nail that timing. And you're really seeing that 1-2 come off as we see Umansky take the ball. She puts it in, and it's the Magpies moving to 21, leading the Saints 17 here on the Ground Up Building Products scoreboard. We've gone nearly 7 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock, and Bros puts it up, but Grady had eyes for the ball and launches it to Wilson down the court. So very quickly, Wangaratta have been able to find a circle edge, and Wilson just working it in to within her shooting range before passing off to Umansky. A couple of the games today that are really interesting, Shell. We've got Albury and North Albury playing it out, and it's 11 goals apiece according to Netball Connect at this stage. That's low scoring, so whether or not we've had a malfunction with Netball Connect. In the other games, it's Yarrawonga with a 7-goal lead over the Roos, 21 plays 14. Raiders with a big lead over Wodonga, 26-17, and Lavy with a big lead over the Rovers, 25-7. So Lavy have really jumped out of the blocks there. But the game for me is the Yarra Corowa.
Yeah.
Really interesting. We know Yarrawonga are without a few players. Kalisha Pell's overseas. So.
And is Kylie Leslie back in this week? We did see her come back through the B grade last week.
Yeah, not sure. We'll have to check later to see whether she's taken the court. I can't imagine that if she's back and ready to play, that they will be keeping her in B for too long.
She had a bit of a run in centre, which was, I thought, where can't she play?
Oh, really? Yeah, I know. She's so athletic. So, yeah, look, I think for Yarrawonga, they'll really start to hit their strides in this back half of the season, and we know what they can do come finals. A great ball movement there between Hughes and Reedy. And Bros, Taylor Reedy home alone on the baseline, but they're just not game to put the long one into her. They've seen Hannah Grady get hands to ball, and a great hole by Grady, and Reedy just cannot get it over her hand. She looks to the umpire with some frustration, and I think because Taylor Reedy halves, she didn't step in onto 1 foot, but she does step in to the shot.
Yep.
So
I just seeing Georgia Reedy.
She's down again. Twice in the space of 30 seconds, I think.
I think that one before where she clipped Millie's feet, I think it just speaks to how she plays. She had a big tumble, jumped up, gets down, gets the tip, falls over.
Goes again.
Yeah.
And Bros and Sharp just really settling the attacking end for Myrtleford. Reedy forced to go back. Claire Wilson, well
Defensive
watched.
effort. Well done.
And because Way wasn't clean on the line and sealed off. There was space there for Wilson to come through. Holmes takes the ball in the pocket. And Umansky receives the high ball. Myrtleford 18, trailing the Magpies 23. I just wonder how long before we'll see Beck Piazza roll into this court at either
I just
end.
realised that she's still there on the bench. Yep.
Just because of the height that she can offer, I wonder whether she would be another option in defence or whether they look to her in attack.
And I think the games where she's on Amanda, like that matchup it's a strong matchup. And being that she can shoot, she knows the positioning that she wants to be in as a shooter. I find that she's always able to get those little tips.
Yeah, you know, she can roll out to that GD and then they can cause that switch as the play moves into the circle. As we see Bros just waits for Reedy to come through, and she does to circle edge, and then that opens up Taylor Reedy. Not in a position to shoot. So the refeed is on, and it's a Myrtleford ball on the outside, and the footwork of Reedy gets her open on the baseline. The Saints go to 19, 5 goals in it. We've gone nearly 11 minutes here on the NZ Albury time clock, and that somehow got past the hands of Tina Way into the hands of Umansky.
I think, though, that is something, I mean, as a spectator, it's very easy to stand here, but I think that's one thing that's grown with that connection with Claire and with Holly as well, is that confidence to let those balls go to Amanda, because she can get them.
Absolutely.
And I feel like those games where they're confident to let them go and put them up, that's when they're feeding it the best.
Yeah, and look, Amanda's moving really well, but she's also using her body to create space. Against Corowa, she did a really great job of that on some very experienced defenders in Soph Hanrahan and Sally Hunter, but was able to find the body and then just pop off into the space. And because of her strength, the defenders were finding it really hard to go with her. So you can see her down there working early to set up. She's on the body of Cartwright and just... So we see Wilson take it in the front. And no mistake, 26 goals. Magpies leading the Saints 20. Bros bounce through to Taylor Reedy, just off the hands of Dean. So to be Myrtleford on the goal line with the pass. And Dean and Grady doing a great job to cover Taylor Reedy. Oh, and somehow
through a few legs there.
Somehow they find Taylor Reedy. Emma Sharp picking up the loose ball. Myrtleford go to 21.
And Emma, I just think she just does such a load of work that sometimes when you're watching the game, you're not actually seeing it. But I think what she's setting up, how she's screening, driving, the moving and the passing, like it's such a huge workload for her.
It is, and she's just always really composed.
Yeah.
You know, she never looks too flustered.
And it always looks like she's having fun. That's what I always think. Just cruising through.
And we see Wilson put the ball up. Umansky's on the ground. Arms everywhere. Tina's on the ground. And it'll be Wilson with the penalty, finds Umansky. And finishes off. So Wang moved to 27 late in this second quarter. Bros, no one to go to. Finally finds Taylor Reedy. It's a great matchup, Sage Bros and Millie O'Kane in that wing attack, wing defence position. And a nice pull in there by Taylor Reedy.
Oh, bad luck.
Just rolls out. Probably lucky that Hannah Grady didn't get an obstruction there as she fell in late. O'Kane through Grady to Holmes.
I think Liv's having a... Oh, Georgia has just swung into... I mean, that's very exciting for her. Into
back play.
Wing attack. She's been training for a little while and then let us know she was getting the all clear from her doctor yesterday.
Yeah. Oh,
what a shot.
Great goal by Wilson.
So we're a bit worried that she wasn't going to get the all clear on Friday, but she's so excited just to be out with the girls.
Oh, and great to see her just having... And probably wing attack, you know, obviously she doesn't... It's not her traditional position, but she can get out there, get some running legs, get some movement. There's no pressure with her having to shoot the goals. You just find her feet and get a feel for it again, as we see.
And you can see the smile on her face. Like she's just so happy to be out there.
So Bros will take the ball for Myrtleford. Late in the third quarter, there's not long left here. They'll be hoping to score a quick late goal just off the leg of Dean. So it'll be Sharp with the penalty. Pass only, I believe. Opts to go out. And again, Bros finds Taylor Reedy. And it finishes off. So Saints move to 22, trailing the Magpies 29. Magpies, opportunity to get a very late goal. Umansky swings it across to Clark. Possibly the tallest wing attack we've seen for a little while too, just quietly.
Possibly.
Quite a contrast from the usual wing attacks that roll through there for Wang.
Sorry, Shake Ribbons.
As we hear the who to go for half time, it is the Wang Magpies 29 leading the Saints 22 here. This is Netball on OMFNL Live.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes,
Whoa.
which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
On your marks, get set. Running too late. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball. We are at the McNamara Reserve and it's 6th placed Wang taking on the 7th place Myrtleford. It was Myrtleford who got the Chockies in round 1, but it's the Magpies so far who have a lead 29 plays 22 here as we are about to launch into the third quarter. And it's a Myrtleford starting off. So Tara Breen onto the court for the Saints into the centre position. No changes. So that's pushed Georgia Reedy back to wing defence. Evie Hughes to the interchange for Wang. No changes. Holly Humphries to centre. Liv Holmes to the interchange. So Georgia Clark staying out in that wing attack position. Oh, and well watched by Georgia Reedy. So back in her more traditional position of wing defence and an intercept already. Third quarter brought to you by McRae Motors. Reedy looks a little past. The deflection comes off and she's able to pick up her own ball. And it puts the first goal on the board, so it's 23 plays 29. Oh, Wilson launched that. Umansky did well to pull it in. Wilson just off, but will have the throw-in for the Magpies. Ball pops out, but Umansky's able to pull that in, that height advantage. Takes the Magpies to 30. Oh, and in our other games, it's North Albury with only a 2-goal lead over the Albury Tigers, 16-14.
I think Albury Tigers have really been pushing some teams. I know that they've had some big losses as well, but they are really taking it up to some teams, which is really good for them.
Yeah, it is. And Sky Hillier sitting second on the goal shooting tally.
Doesn't miss.
She doesn't miss, so that certainly helps their cause as we see Corowa making a bit of a comeback, 25-20 there. So Yarrawonga still with the lead and Raiders and Lamington still in commanding positions in their games against Wodonga and the Rovers respectively. So a couple of close ones. But here it's Myrtleford trying to stage a bit of a comeback. Gone to 25, trailing the Magpies 30. Bros just waits for Reedy to come through and then opts to go to Sharp on the baseline, but Hannah Grady with hands to ball. She's been fantastic for the Magpies today, Hannah.
Yeah, and I love seeing Hannah back in. I mean, in wing defence, she's great, but I love watching her in that goal defence in with Katie as well.
Yeah, they're such a formidable combination together, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, bad luck.
And handy and nice to be able to have Amelia O'Kane who can swing wherever you're needing her. As we see the Saints go to 26. They've narrowed the gap to 4 goals. Clark hot off the line and draws a penalty.
I feel like I'm watching Georgia just with bated breath.
I know, it's like that, isn't it?
It is.
Those first games back are always a bit like that. Everyone else is probably more nervous than she is. As we see Wilson turn and shoot.
Yeah. And that is something that Claire does do so well and is so confident in those tight games as well, just to turn to post and shoot that ball.
Yeah, and I think it's by doing that and staying so active in and around the circle, she takes, it's attempting to take some focus off Amanda. It would be really easy for clubs to want to just double team and sit back on her. But I think when Claire's doing so much work out in front and shooting those long balls, they have to pay her the respect. As we see Sharp go for the long bomb herself, and it will be Taylor Reedy, much to Hannah Grady's disgust.
Can see that from here.
Yeah, she didn't hide that emotion. 27 plays a 31. Magpies would send a pass. Humphries to Wilson. And she launches it. Taylor Cartwright, hands to ball, but I think it went from Cartwright's hands to Umansky's. And so great vision there from her.
And the transition from Myrtleford straight through there, they were able to break that defensive pressure from Wang very easily. And I think that's their ball speed and their movement.
Moved it quick today.
Yeah,
Wang
they
didn't
do.
have time to set anything up there.
I think that's a real strength of Myrtleford's.
And Reedy finishes off and rewards that work. So 28 plays 31. narrowing the gap here, Myrtleford. This is what happened the first time they met. It was Wang in the first half. Myrtleford came back in the second, so...
Yeah, and I think with Wang having some young girls come through and some new combinations, it's still, I guess, building their confidence and their ability to keep pushing through under that pressure. And it's hard, and it's especially hard for girls coming in for their first season up in this kind of environment.
Absolutely. I think Wang have been such a stable side for so long and so successful, but that can't be forever, and you have to be prepared to put the work and time into the up-and-coming ones and know that that's not going to happen in one season, that it's a bit of a slow burn, and it's great that this year they've been able to do that. And we're already seeing a much stronger...
Georgia already read that beautifully, and her footwork then.
To stay, in play. But I think we're seeing the reward for that. Wang, the last few weeks, of really starting to play some solid netball and get some good results, as we see Taylor Reedy with a good result, 29-32 here.
And Liv Holmes has just rolled back into centre with Holly Humphrey sprinting off the court to get off in time.
Ball through Grady's hands. Sharp picked it up, well watched, and finds Taylor Reedy over the back. So it's the Saints going to 32 goals in it. Holmes. Oh, and the hands of Broads. Great deflection by her.
Oh, that's tough call, Sage Broads. I thought she was in that clean, no contact. It was just
more of a rejection, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And a great contest out here between Wilson and Tina Way, as we see Yamansky finish it off. So Magpies go back to 33.
And we were talking in the break, Tam, that Shay Crimmins, who is very happily watching along on the live stream today, has just welcomed her little girl Connie a couple of weeks ago. So she was very excited that this game was live streamed. And
I bet she was.
We let her know that we would do a little shout out to her and Connie watching back at home.
Yeah, and a huge congratulations to her. Her and along with Brooke Price, a couple of babies at the Wang Magpies.
Yep,
so.
And we should have some news on a little Izzy Newton soon too, which is exciting. So we're very we're hoping for a few girls so that we can make sure the club's looking good.
Yes.
Down.
Well, she's picked the ball up and did a brilliant job to keep it in play, but after she's offloaded it, she's taken a bit of a roll. It was quite impressive. She's just a bit slow to get up. So hopefully she's okay. She hit the ground pretty hard. 34 plays, a 31. Myrtleford getting a lot more of the ball this quarter, as we see Taylor Reedy sink another one.
Tara Breen just took that ball then, did not wait for anyone, and just absolutely split the middle and straight into that, into Taylor down in there.
Georgia Clark. Great drive from Georgia. Pulls the ball in. And Holmes opts for the front position. Tina Wade coming in as a fly, but just couldn't quite get it. And a really strong rebound by Claire Wilson on the other side of the post. Finishes off for the Maggies. 3 goals in it here on the Newmarket Hotel scoreboard. 35 plays 32. Bros, she's been excellent for the Saints today. Just super steady and consistent. Yep. Oh, and a smart tap by Taylor Reedy. Couldn't take with 2 hands, but just popped the ball up. Was able to get it on the second go. Saints to 33. Wayne just need to stay composed and give off some clean ball, as you see Yamansky strong in front.
I think that's something, we probably spoke about it last year, but Amanda, who was renowned for that strong back hold, has really just adapted her game, front hold, side hold, on the move. Yep. And I think as she's able to build into that, it's just a nice read from Tina there, nearly. Yeah, she has really changed up the way she's playing and offering some different styles. As you see, Wilson take the Magpies to 37 and has had a few games of late, I believe, back in the VNL. So that in goal attack too.
Yeah, so that certainly would be helping as well, just to get that extra bit of court time and against different players as well.
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing that playing in those competitions gives you, just against some different people where you have to really think and adjust. Myrtleford
And the different
patiently.
styles of play. Oh, nearly okay, nearly. Different styles of play as well. This quarter, I think Myrtleford, like their attacking end, they're really adjusting to how Hannah and Katie are playing and really changing up how they're attacking the ball, positioning in the ring.
Oh, and Grady saw that a mile away and came through.
As I say that.
Yeah, just sitting off there. So Myrtleford will just have to be wary of that as we see Holly Humphries rolled back into the wing attack position. Wilson finds Holmes by herself on the other side of the circle and able to work the ball in where she wants it.
Oh, bad.
And off the
Good
hands
pressure.
of Umansky. Yeah, so Saints with the ball back. Great pass. Finds Emma Sharp a long way down the court.
Yeah, I'm loving how Myrtleford are just clearing their ball down. Like, it's 1-2 passes and they're in that attacking end. And then we're seeing lots more passing and shifting the bodies around down in that goal third. Nice shot from Taylor.
And that's Myrtleford's 13th goal for the quarter versus Magpies 8. So 35 plays 37. They're really taking it up to Wang here. Humphries really steady to Umansky in front. Oh, and Way has hit the deck in a big way, but she's bounced up. I'm impressed by the fact that she's back on her feet, to be honest. She's probably lucky she didn't hit her head then. And she has
good
called
move, I
time.
think.
She didn't look well after that. And might have some blood as well. So, Way to the bench. And I think it's Sophie Pitts to the goal defence position for the Saints.
Oh, bad luck to Taylor. That was looked like it was going in and one of those ones that just bounced out at the last minute.
And a shout out to Chrissy Hooper, who's tuning in from Bali.
Bali, hey, where I'd rather be.
Must be nice. So we've got a few people tuning in, probably from all over the globe today.
The reach is far and wide with Ovens and Murray live. Although not a bad day up in Myrtleford.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. No, we can't quite see the snow on the hills, but it has turned out to be a nice day as we see Wilson just draw an obstruction call and decides to offload to Umansky. We've gone 12 minutes here on the NZ Albury time clock. 40 plays 35. So Wayne have just been able to push it back out to 5 goals after Myrtleford did a great job to get back within 2. And Reedy for the Saints makes no mistake, takes them to 36. And it'll be Holmes. Gives off to Wilson, centre pass. And Grady again active in back play. Humphries with a strong drive. Again, just seeing some great patience here from the Magpies. Just waiting for Amanda to be a clear option rather than putting her under too much pressure, and she finishes off. 41 plays at 36 late in this third quarter. McRae Motors, wonderful sponsors of third quarter action here today, and our major broadcast sponsor. We'll have to start thinking, Shell, about our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
Ooh.
Probably a few contenders out there. Oh, and great hands from Breen. Just tries to interfere, but the umpire says too close. So Humphries will take the ball for Wang, and the refeed is on with Holmes to Wilson. but she hasn't missed a trick, Claire Wilson.
No,
I know
I was just thinking
a couple
that.
of games early in the season, she was really great at those long shots through the first half and then would have a period where it would drop off. But I feel like the last couple of times we've seen them play, she's been able to maintain that consistently for 4.
And I think that just has come down to her match fitness increasing. Yes. And I remember one of the trainings we all ripped into her because she, after one of the games, she wasn't feeling like her fitness was there. Coming off not playing a bit of netball.
Oh, great chase from O'Kane.
It was.
Did her best to keep it in.
And she asked for a bit more fitness at training, and Katie Dean was not very impressed with her, nor were many of us. But I think just getting that court time and that match fitness under her belt is really, you can just show that it's really building.
Yeah, and I think, first year back in the competition, learning, adjusting back to the pace and the style, as we see Holmes, well watched.
Yeah, she's had a great day in centre. I think she's really played beautifully. And I think her and Holly have really played off each other well.
And we hear the buzzer go for three-quarter time. It is the Magpies 43 leading the Saints 36. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
Inches for the Magpies. And for the Saints, Evie Hughes has come into that wing defence position. Tina Way back on the court into goal defence. Georgia Reedy back to centre. So they've made a few changes. Bros to Georgia Reedy, to Taylor Reedy, apologies. Thought it was working well for Myrtleford. The way they had it before. I thought Tara Breen was doing a great job in that centre and allowed Georgia Reedy to go back to that wing defence.
Yeah, and I think Georgia came through with 2 or 3 intercepts in that quarter. So, I mean, her speed through that attacking is fantastic. Her defensive pressure is great. But yeah, I agree. That was a good quarter for them.
Yeah, and great ball by Wilson to find Umansky. Pops out, but... Oh, and Cartwright in the front position. But umpire says no.
Holly Humphrey's got a bit of a shoe issue here, nearly falling into the circle.
So what she's wardrobe malfunction out there. 45, it plays at 37 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard.
And Sage Bros, I think, is just, she's had a great game. She's chipping away, working hard, in the right position. Her feeds are fantastic. Great tip there by Katie.
Yeah, she's super consistent, Sage, isn't she?
Yeah, and so
Has been
quick.
for a long time. Great drive from Grady to work that ball down the court. And just a score update now, other games. North have gone out to a 33-24 goal lead over Albury. Yarrawonga still have the lead over Corowa, 36 plays 29. And it's the Raiders and Lavington in the other games. So a win by Yarrawonga will actually put them on to 36 points and a game behind Corowa. Raiders will get the win, so that will give them a chance to possibly come up and even with Corowa Rutherglen. Percentages, is not much separating them there. So, and North Albury will need to get the win, and it will put them onto the same points as Corowa. So we could have a real logjam at the top of the table here. There could be 3 teams on the same amount of points with only, what have we got, about 6 rounds to go.
And I think that's so good for our competition.
Amazing.
That every game is really important and no one is really... that's a great defensive pressure there.
Yeah, Cartwright front position and absolutely should be rewarded with that.
I feel like that Wang's got away with putting a few of those in and I think she's just been building into it, taking one of those.
Yeah, and I think, when you've got a bit of a lead, the laziness can sometimes creep in and you do opt for that lazy big pass. But an intercept like that reminds you need to go back to working it in and back to the basics. And Sharp, just pops out. Grady able to flick it. And it'll be Holmes on the circle edge that will get the penalty there in that race for the ball. So Wang.
Oh, lucky. That was a bit of a funny little step and a jump from Hannah there.
O'Kane and Bros fighting that one out, I think. Millie O'Kane coming out on top. So Humphreys opts to go back.
Liv Holmes has really impressed me this game, and I'm not surprised, but first game playing centre in A grade, I think she's just in the right spot. She's defensively, she's doing a really good job, and getting onto circle edge for someone who's been playing wing defence and goal defence, to transition like that after a couple of trainings is great.
Particularly against a player like Georgia Reedy. Georgia, is so intense and hard at the ball, and just her work rate is incredibly high. So, Liv will know she's alive at the end of this game, as we see again. Speaking of the two, a real hustle for the ball. But it will be Wang. And in back play, Tina's on the ground again. Not sure what's happening down there. We might have to get eyes on that. But she's up. She's fine. She's not injured. It was just something innocuous, as we see Humphrey find Holmes and Umansky just timing that pop through to take the ball.
And that's a pretty big shot for Amanda, and confident straight through.
Wang with the centre pass. Humphreys, great second phase drive and close to circle edge too. That's the danger when they can get it so close to the edge there that just makes Amanda such an easy target. And the game against Corowa a few weeks ago, the defensive work from both of those sides was really outstanding. It was a very, as you can imagine, a very defensive game. Bros, great ball to Reedy, and again, quick hands to sister Georgia. Really controlling that attacking end for the Saints. Great pass to Reedy, and she'll finish off for the Saints. Myrtleford go to 39, trailing the Magpies 50 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard.
Yeah, when you watch Georgia in defence, she's 110%. She's really in your face. She's really full on. And then when you see her in attack, she's just so calm and steady. And it's like something just kind of changes. She really takes control and is very considered in her decision-making.
Yeah, good balance, that is, isn't it, to be able to adapt the pace at which you're going, as you see Humphreys feed to Wilson. And she
Nice
finishes
shot.
off with a lovely long shot. 51, plays 39. And we have gone 6 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock. Corowa making a late comeback. 32 plays 40 against Yarrawonga. North Albury look like they'll probably get the job done. 38 is the lead there over Albury 27. So, and O'Kane works to front, gets the tip, and Saints have to start again. So Bros to Reedy.
Good patience here by Myrtleford, but I think Wang's really doing a good job of holding them up, and you just kind of...
Yeah, and I was just about to say there's a second effort there from O'Kane that was the obstruction, but both her and Holmes initially, hands over was really strong on Circle Edge, and I think sometimes players can get caught into being lazy and giving off an easy obstruction on the Circle Edge. Both players stayed in play there for the, particularly Holmes in that first ball.
And that was hard work there for Myrtleford, but got the goal. That's a beautiful feed from Claire. And look, not circle edge from that centre third, but when it's on, it's on. And a beautiful rebound there from Taylor Cartwright. She's been fighting for those all day.
Absolutely.
And Myrtleford really need to score off this one.
Way looks to play on. Finds Hughes across court. Sharp to Bros. Has to go back. Well done by Way to stay on the court there.
I can never tell what line switching.
No, I know. It takes a bit of adjusting, doesn't it? As we see Taylor finish off for the Saints. 41 plays 50 here in the final quarter. Brought to you by 40 Wings. We've gone 7.5.
Beautiful read there.
Sorry, 8 minutes here on the NZ Albury time clock.
And I reckon I'd like to see Taylor take more of those shots when she gets that first ball. She's got a beautiful shooting range.
She does, and I think a couple of those really great hands over by Hannah Grady just kind of made her a bit hesitant as we see her rebound that one really strongly. Yeah, she just looked a bit nervous after a couple of those to put up the long shot as we see Georgia get great hands to ball there.
She's had a cracking game today.
Umansky for the Magpies. Oh, fell short. It was never looked like going in. She flicked that off her fingers. Cartwright takes the ball for the Saints and they work it very quickly to the other end. Some clean play.
That's
nice time drive by Sharp. 43 plays 50. We've gone 9 minutes.
Another easy entry there. So Wang's just kind of, I think, dropping off on that pressure a little bit. Need to go back to their setups. Yeah. Bit of body there from Claire Wilson on the way through. I think that was just a bit of fatigue.
Hands up and acknowledges that. Nods the head.
And I mean, there's only 6 in it now, and I think Wang really need to step this up if they're going to get away with the win. Beautiful shot. See, she can
beautiful shot.
Can nail them.
Yeah, and this is where Wang. It's about it challenging himself because against the top 5 sides, they're going to have to play out 4 quarters as we see some swift ball movement by the Saints. Ends up in the hands of Reedy. She finishes off. So 46 plays 50, 4 goals in it, and we've still got about 5 minutes to play in this quarter.
I forgot how stressful it is standing here on the commentary when your team's playing. Last year it was terrible some games.
Oh, and look, Myrtleford just aren't going away.
No,
Credit to them. Yeah. Absolutely credit to them.
And this, like I said, this is always the way when Wang and Myrtleford play. I think even if you get that lead, you know it's not going to be a big gap.
Yeah, they always do have great tussles, don't they, as you see Bros.
I think they just match up well through the mid. Oh, beautiful.
Smooth play by the Saints. And that was a very quick score by them. Wilson waiting. Oh, and beautifully offloaded ball. The space was all out in front of Umansky, and she just put it where it needed to go.
And I think, Claire is just absolutely showing her experience there and her confidence to let that go. And that's where she's so valuable in the side. Maybe some of the newer mids probably wouldn't have the confidence to let that go.
And Umansky done the work. She'd drawn out wide and opened up that whole goal circle in front of her.
Yep. And Sage brought just a beautiful drive onto circle edge then.
48 plays 52 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard. About 4 minutes to play in the final quarter. And we see Humphreys gives it to Umansky, but the umpire has found a penalty inside the circle. So Wilson offloads it. Magpies with a late score, 53. Plays 48. And we see here, Myrtleford weren't able to get those quick balls off, and it still allowed Wang just to set up and delay their entry to the circle. So Georgia Reedy.
Hannah's doing a great job there of just tracking Taylor on that baseline.
And Dean.
Great hands.
In the front position, and will take the goal line throw in for Magpies. Bros. And she was able to stay balanced too.
That's a beautiful intercept.
Oh, it was a great turnover. Just snuck through in there under the shoulder of O'Kane and Taylor Reedy able to finish off. The Saints go to 49, trailing the Magpies at 53.
And Wang just need to stay collected here.
Yeah, and just
as the ball's going everywhere and just
give each other some
time.
Clean balls.
Yeah, no rush.
And again, Cartwright in that front position. Quick release from Way, and again, Myrtleford working it very quickly from end to end. And
nice.
Taylor Reedy calling for it, possibly not enough quite on that into the back space, but Myrtleford coming up with the goal line throw in, sharp. And penalty outside the circle, so Georgia Reedy. Tries to go over. Hands of Katie Dean in the way, but Taylor Reedy tracks it and finishes up with it. She takes the Saints to 50, trailing by 3. We have about a minute and a half to play on the NZ Albury time clock.
It's not good for my nerves.
Not long left to go at all, and only 3 goals in it. It will be Wang centre pass after this. Reedy makes no mistake, 51, plays 53. We're back to 2 goals. Wang really just need to
hold possession here.
Yep, and work it to goal and score.
And I think in some of the experience in Hannah and Claire, they will just chip away here and waste some time.
Yeah, and that's dangerous, but Hannah has enough of the rot and launches it. Contact call there, so Wilson will have the penalty inside the circle. And I suspect there's a little one going to Umansky, and she does. So Amanda will take the shot. We're into the final minute.
Some nice time wasting here.
And a great effort by Myrtleford to stay in this game and to continue to fight back and to get it back to within this. As we see Wilson take the Magpies to 54. Myrtleford 51. Their centre pass Way with a great drive down the court. And very unlucky
just lucky
from
to get away with
that
one.
She stepped well into the arm of O'Kane there. Oh, and Reedy with the long bomb late, but it couldn't make it sink.
Had to take it. Nothing else.
Absolutely.
There.
So Wang with the possession. And they could really ice the clock here, and they don't need to. There is the hooter. So it is the Wang Magpies 54 over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 51. A fantastic effort from Myrtleford to come back in that quarter. Yeah. And we'll grab our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. So it will be the Wang Magpies with the win, but likewise the Lavington Panthers. So Wang still trailing at Lavington by 2 points. But in other games, it's North Albury up over Albury and Yarrawonga over Corowa. So we have a logjam at the top of the table with Corowa, Yarrawonga and Raiders all sitting on 40 points as we get Claire Wilson over. Congratulations, Claire.
Oh, thank you.
You got there just in the end. I mean, led all game, but Myrtleford just kept coming back and back and back at you guys. What was some of the conversations you had at the end of each quarter with Shay? If you can remember.
I promise I pay attention. Look, to be honest, it's just reverting back to our game plan at the start of the game, making sure that we're taking our feet to the ball, looking after ourselves, really. I don't know, we say a lot.
It's hard, isn't it? You say a lot, yeah. The connection between you and Amanda has been fantastic, and it's just continued to grow as the season goes on. How are you enjoying playing with her?
Oh, yeah, it's heaps of fun.
Yeah.
Look, I'm loving it. It's definitely taken us a little bit to adjust to, being away for so long, but being able to come back and play with such a talent, it's, it makes my life easier. So,
yeah, and a super job. We commented today on the work by Olivia Holmes in the centre. Obviously, a really fairly new position for her, but she had a fantastic game, and her and Holly Humphries, a couple of young players coming through. Nice for them to be able to get lots of exposure and make some great connections with you guys too.
Yeah, no, Liv's work rate, like, she's very much a silent assassin, I reckon, in our team. She's, definitely doesn't give herself enough credit for what she does. So being able to see those younger girls step up, it's awesome to be able to stand next to.
And how are you enjoying being back in the Ovens and Murray?
It's definitely a lot colder.
What do you mean? We're in Myrtleford.
I know. Oh my God. I know. Believe it or not. Look, it's definitely loved our time away, I guess, in WA, but it's nice to be back home and closer to family.
Yeah, and starting to hit some form the right part of the season.
Yeah.
Lavington had the win, so you guys will still sit those 2 points behind, but I'm sure the next 6 weeks are going to bring some really great results, and we look forward to seeing you guys make a play for finals. So well done.
Thank you.
Claire, before you run away, we're going to get a photo, which is everyone's favourite part of the day. For our socials, Anytime Fitness, super sponsor of O&M Live Netball. Thanks, Claire Wilson. And a huge thanks to Rochelle Petts as she runs off to jump on the B grade bench for another game.
Thanks, Tam.
Thanks for joining us.
See ya.
And good luck in your next game. Thanks to all our listeners far and wide. This has been O&M Live Netball, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes,
Whoa.
which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
On your marks, get set. Running too late. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.